Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my head teacher's blog or newsletter for Friday, the 9th of October. I do hope that you're well, and you might even be listening to this in the queue for pickup at the end of the day. I know that some of you have been. It's a little bit damp out there, so hopefully the weather will be better this weekend. On the topic of listening to this newsletter, it's come to my attention that some folk would prefer to have it in text form as well. We're only going to do a newsletter every half term, but I can completely understand why you would either A, not want to listen to me, who could blame you, or B, just have a little refresh there. So I've sent some bullet points through to my admin colleagues, and they'll be putting it on the website, I think, as we speak. So hopefully that will be helpful around communication. So I've got some quite important messages today, and also a really important note about staff training and inset. So it's quite an important bulletin, this, but I want to start with some really positive news again around reading. We have our second word millionaire. Well done to Jacob in year 5. Absolutely delighted. Cracking news. And also a little bit of a beg, please, a little bit of a please can we have our books back? I sound like a sort of 8-year-old who's lost their football. Please can I have my ball back? But over lockdown, we sent home a whole lot of reading books from our library, and we haven't seen them all back yet. Now, I know that books kind of get stuffed under football kit and, with all the other books, and oh goodness, they turn up here and there. If you see them, please bring them back in. It will allow us to have more word millionaires. Reading is fundamental to us here at Hillfort, and we would love to have our books back. So if you could do that, that would be absolutely amazing. We'd just be pleased to see the books back. I wanted to make a note around parent governors. Now, as you know, the role of the governor is really important. It involves supporting the school and supporting the head. It involves challenging the school and challenging the head teacher. It involves holding people to account, and it involves quite a lot of hard work, especially when we're out of kind of COVID times, where it involves coming around and looking at what's happening in the school. And we're absolutely blessed these days to have really strong governors, both at a trust level, but also at a local level, with our chair, Councillor Julian, with our vice chair, Ms Rogers, and various other wonderful colleagues. We do have a parent governor vacancy, and it's really important that the parents have a strong voice. Otherwise, how can the school be held to account, and how can the school be supported in its key messages? So if you would be interested in standing, we'd be delighted to hear from you. Perhaps you could drop me an email, tcook, T-C-O-O-K, at hillfort.org.uk. And I'd really be pleased to hear from you, and maybe you could have a chat too with our vice chair, Ms Rogers. I'd certainly pass on the message. So that's something that's really important. And the other hugely important item that I really wanted to get across is around inset. So in any school year, schools are entitled and do take their 5 training days, and those can be put at any point in the school year. And we were going to put one after the October half term. So instead of coming back to school on Tuesday we were intending to be coming back on Tuesday the 3rd. The government has introduced a new law around blended and remote learning at home. That's a hugely difficult challenge for our teachers, and so all schools in the Truro and Penwith Trust are taking an extra day inset. And so the bottom line is that after the October half term, children will be welcomed back into school on Wednesday the 4th and not Tuesday the 3rd. So it's effectively a half term for 7 working days, week beginning Monday 26th, Monday the 2nd, Tuesday the 3rd of November, and we come back on Wednesday the 4th. We don't do that lightly. We recognise absolutely that people have commitments, childcare commitments, work commitments, and essentially lives to lead. but this is such a fundamental issue around COVID. If one of our bubbles breaks, we need to be able to, and legally have to, offer education at home above and beyond even what was happening over the original lockdown. So thank you for your support with that. We'll welcome children back on Wednesday the 4th. I'm going to bang a drum that I've banged before, but I think it's particularly important I do it this week. As the nights draw in again, we're still encountering those same old issues around parking. I've got residents complaining. Very often I don't blame them. Drives are being parked over by some folk who are being a little less than considerate. I know that the traffic warden issued traffic tickets, parking tickets this week, as the local councillors were out. We have had one child slightly hurt. It was a near miss, but it was a near miss, and I certainly don't want that to happen again to any child. Please, as adults, park safely, park sensibly, drive responsibly. We would rather hang on to your children for an extra 5 minutes and you're a little bit late. We've all been late as parents before. That doesn't mean you park in a dangerous place. It means that you're 5 minutes late. So please take advantage of one of the Westbourne Road car park passes. They're for free, the co-op passes. I know it's a little walk, but a little bit of exercise, 7 minutes walk is not the not the end of the world. And it goes without saying, I'm talking to a minority here, but the majority of parents park safely, sensibly, responsibly. A huge thank you. It makes my life an awful lot easier and keeps children an awful lot safer. So thank you on that. And the only other one I did want to mention, it's a little bit of a beg, please. Ant and Dec, our school rabbits, not the real Ant and Dec, are a little bit homeless over half term. We would love to give them a home somewhere and really would like them to stay in school. They're getting a little bit old now, Ant and Dec, and moving their locations isn't great for them. So if any parent did want to bring their children in, maybe learn a little bit of responsibility, and maybe if you're being pestered for a hamster or a guinea pig or a rabbit, it might help a child understand the commitment level involved in looking after a rabbit or a small animal, a pet. We, again, would love to hear from you. By all means, give us a ring or email into admin@hillfort.org.uk. So I'm checking my little list of things to say today, and I think that is it, other than to finish on the huge congratulations to the class counsellors. So this week we elected our lead boy and lead girl in each class. Huge congratulations to them. And next week, by teams, we will be organising the head boy, head girl elections. So children will have the opportunity to pitch, to make their manifesto commitments to the rest of the school as they become citizens of Britain. So that's it for me today, just shy of 9 minutes. I know I'm certainly on a football touchline for most of the weekend. Hopefully you guys might be too, but certainly I do hope that you have a lovely weekend, you keep healthy and well, and if you don't want to listen to this all over again to pick up the key messages or dates, it's on the website. Look after yourselves, have a great weekend. Cheers now, bye-bye.